Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking an absolute modern enigma, America's most infamous military base. We're talking about secrecy, stealth, shadows, and how a place the government claimed didn't even exist managed to completely capture the global imagination. I mean, for decades, officials flat out denied its reality, right? Yet, just a whisper of its name has been enough to spark some of the most enduring conspiracy theories in history. We're going to dive into the facts, the fictions, and the incredibly fascinating psychological reality of what happens when a government keeps a secret just a little too well.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right off the bat, we have to ask the ultimate question that's been plastered across pop culture for, over half a century? What is Area 51 really? Is it some subterranean vault hiding crashed alien spacecraft and extraterrestrial technology? Or is it simply a highly secure, high-tech test site for the military's absolute most cutting-edge aviation projects? The massive tension between those two possibilities is exactly why the space has become one of the greatest mysteries in modern history.
Section 1. The Hidden Base, a Cold War's secret. Let's see how this incredible level of isolation really built the foundation for the whole mystery. Officially, Area 51 sits right inside the vast Nevada Test and Training Range, which is, without a doubt, one of the most heavily secure military zones on the entire planet. It's surrounded by these harsh, unforgiving mountains, but what's truly mind-blowing is the intensity of the early secrecy. Back in the 1950s, Area 51 literally wasn't on the map. It was completely omitted. Government officials flatly refused to acknowledge it, and anyone who wandered a little too close was immediately turned away. And honestly, the US chose this extreme isolation for a very practical reason. They desperately needed a remote sanctuary to test highly classified aircraft safely away from the prying eyes of Soviet spies.
Moving on to Section 2, the Roswell Connection, the catalyst for the conspiracy, because you really can't talk about Area 51 without talking about the spark that lit the conspiracy fire.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the timeline of mixed messaging that came straight from the military itself. Picture this. In 1947, an unidentified object crashes near Roswell, New Mexico. Incredibly, the military initially announces to the press that they've recovered a literal flying disc. But then, almost immediately, they withdraw the statement and claim it was just a weather balloon. Well, you can imagine how the public reacted to that sudden pivot. People never quite bought the weather balloon explanation. So, as Area 51 became more well-known decades later, the public naturally connected the dots, weaving these two events together and claiming the Roswell debris, and maybe even its pilots, were transported straight to the hidden Nevada base.
However, we do have to ground ourselves in the facts here. Despite these incredibly persistent, globally famous theories linking the base to the Roswell crash, the truth is pretty stark. To this day, there is absolutely zero publicly available evidence that proves alien debris or extraterrestrial bodies are at Area 51. None. It remains one of the most enduring conspiracy theories in American history, sure, but publicly it is just that, a theory without verifiable proof. Section 3. Myth versus reality. Glowing lights and secret flights. So, if it wasn't aliens zipping around, what exactly were all those civilians and commercial pilots seeing out there in the desert sky during the 1950s and 60s? And this brilliantly illustrates the massive gap between what observers thought they saw and what was actually happening. On one side, we have the myth, alien spaceships glowing in the dark, moving at speeds and heights that just seemed to defy the laws of physics. But on the other side, we have the declassified reality. The US military was testing aircraft that were completely alien to the general public. We're talking about the U-2 spy plane, flying at altitudes never achieved before. Then came the A-12, and of course, the iconic SR-71 Blackbird. Think about it. If you were a civilian in the 60s and you saw a sleek, black titanium aircraft tearing across the upper atmosphere at Mach speeds, of course you'd think it was from another world. The technology born out there in the desert was revolutionary. Under extreme, unprecedented secrecy, Area 51 was essentially birthing the future of aviation. They were developing radar-evading stealth fighters, advanced reconnaissance aircraft that completely changed modern espionage, and the very first experimental drones that laid the groundwork for the unmanned flight we see today. Reality, in this specific case, completely rivals the sci-fi. But, this brings up a fascinating logical dilemma. Many programs that were once dismissed as wild tinfoil hat conspiracy theories turned out to be completely true. The stealth fighter, for example, was a strict secret for decades before the public ever knew about it. So if governments have successfully concealed revolutionary, game-changing technologies before, could they be hiding other projects right now?
Every single time a new piece of military tech gets declassified, it just reinforces the public suspicion that there's always something more being hidden in the shadows.
Section 4. Declassified secrets revealed. The government finally admits it exists. Let's look at the actual moment of official government admission, which was a massive historic milestone.
So the crucial point is how incredibly long it took to get a straightforward answer. It wasn't until the year 2013, yes, 2013, that declassified documents officially confirmed Area 51 was a real place. These documents finally detailed the base's vital role in testing spy aircraft during the absolute height of the Cold War. For anyone who had been following the rumors for years, this was huge. A facility that had been dismissed as an absolute myth by officials for over half a century was finally officially recognized by the government.
Section 5. Modern Area 51. The mystery continues. Because naturally, finally admitting the base exists didn't shut down the conspiracy theories at all. Actually, scratch that. It pretty much poured gasoline on them.
Today, Area 51 is incredibly active. We're talking tighter security than ever, heavily restricted airspace, the whole shebang. Desert roads are still blocked by severe warning signs. If you look at modern satellite imagery, you can literally see expanding infrastructure with brand new buildings popping up. Plus, military analysts widely believe that secretive testing of next-generation aviation and advanced drones is happening out there right now, completely out of the public eye. So the base isn't just some dusty relic of the Cold War, it's a bustling, highly active hub of modern classified development.
Stepping back for a second, beyond the government secrecy, beyond the U-2 spy planes, and way beyond the theories of crashed flying saucers, Area 51 serves a very unique cultural purpose. It represents humanity's endless fascination with the unknown. It is a powerful, physical reminder that even in an age where we have literally all the world's information right at our fingertips, not every mystery has been solved. There are still places on this earth where the curtain is tightly, tightly drawn.
Which leaves us with this final thought to ponder today. We already know it has changed history through the incredible stealth and reconnaissance technologies developed out there in the desert. But is Area 51 merely a top-secret military base focused purely on the next generation of experimental aircraft? Or does it hold secrets the world has yet to discover? I'll let you think about that. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep your eyes on the skies and stay curious.